Hello everybody and welcome to the Jumputi One Piece Feature Festival number 3 news video. It's quite a big event. It's quite a big event. I kind of expected it to be a big event, but I didn't know what to think so much because there was such a big gap before it. But it is quite a big event. There's quite a lot going on, and you know, it looks like they're going pretty hard. Like, it seems like Goku Day and One Piece Day are always going to be like set in stone on the calendar. I don't know about everything else. I don't know about like people's birthdays and whatever. But these two events are probably going to consistently contain content from those series every year. So you can expect that, I guess. And if you're fans of those series, you'll know when to tune into Jumputi, I guess. I don't know. We had a live stream. They covered a lot of stuff, but it's mostly all in the news post down below. Don't forget to put in the secret phrase if you don't do it before, I think it's the 17th. So, like, as soon as you see this in the video, go to the news post, put this into the Jumputi official line account, and you get yourself 10 One Piece Gacha tickets and 5 log pose. And the log pose I'll explain in just a second. The Kaido retweet campaign, you can get Kaido. Just retweet this tweet, and 20 lucky players will get Kaido for free. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I don't know anybody within our community that's ever won one. But someday, someday, somebody's got to win it. There's also another Twitter line campaign thing. They haven't released the full details on this yet because it's not out yet. It doesn't come out until the 23rd. But it looks like there's going to be a tweet or multiple tweets over the course of a few days. And they're going to have keywords in them or something. And you've got to put the 4 keywords into the line chat. And you can get 722 rubies. So pay attention. Like, make sure to follow us on Twitter because I'll tweet it out once we know. Check the news post because the news post will be updated when we know. And obviously if you're in the Discord, it'll be posted there when we know. So keep your eyes open. Yeah, keep your eyes open. We got a bunch of One Piece event reprints, which, if you're new to the game, these are still ongoing. These are still ongoing. There was part of a countdown campaign, but other than Zoro, who for some bizarre reason ends on the 19th, all of the other events are running till the 30th. So if you missed out on Dofi, if you missed out on Big Mom, Fujitora, Buggy, Aokiji, Sugar, Kizaru, Trafalgar, I doubt most of us missed out on Trafalgar Law. He's always on. Rebecca and the Legend Summon for the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. If you missed out on any of those, they're all back until the 30th. So, good opportunity. Good opportunity to try and finish these because you've got to remember they've changed how the game works now. So, most of these events you can unlock with keys, but if you unlock it with keys, it's normal drop rate. If you wait until the events are being reprinted, it's double drop rate. So all these events are double drop rate while they're on. So you get 2 buggies per run instead of 1. And it's much easier. It's much easier to just do it when they're being reprinted rather than open them with keys. Honestly, keys are so fucking useless. They're so pointless. We have the One Piece login bonus. We get rubies and log pose. They didn't say how many rubies, but I'm hoping it's quite a few because there is a lot of gacha. I'm not exaggerating when I say a lot of gacha. And that's not just the One Piece stuff. There's some other stuff coming after that. We have the log pose gacha, which, as I mentioned before, the log pose, you get 1 free summon on this gacha, chance to get a 5-star. This gacha is different from the One Piece ticket gacha. The One Piece ticket gacha only has the old One Piece characters. The log pose has the new characters. You can see Crocodile there. It's also going to have the other 3 new standard gacha units. No limiteds on this banner. No legendary characters. But still, you can get yourself some new rare recruits if you're lucky. So, very nice. We have the community event. This community event is going to be for a stamp. So I don't imagine that many people will care. However, there are 2 things you get from this event that are worthwhile. Number 1, this item here... Well, they're both from this item here, really. This item here can be traded in at a store. And from that store, you can get a number of items. We don't know all the details of those items just yet. But number 2 is this ticket here. This ticket guarantees you a choice of a 6-star battle-ready One Piece character. Any of these 4 characters you can choose, and you get them 6-star, ready to go, level 6 skills, level 99, 6-star rarity. Unfortunately for a lot of more recent players, they probably already have all these characters, and, you know, let's be honest, that's why they're doing this, but these are all 2018 One Piece characters, so if you don't have them, having this ticket is great because it means you'll never have to waste a choice ticket on them, and you'll never have to hope for RNG for them to come around in a normal gacha. Hey, you just get them, And to be fair, Sanji's still pretty okay, Robin's still pretty okay, Luffy and Zoro both still have their uses on support, so getting one of these for free if you don't have them already, still very nice. And yeah, this is the event you need to clear to get the item to trade in at that store and to get this ticket, so make sure to clear that event during the period. It didn't say anything about boost characters, so I don't think there are any, but just go in, and chances are it's going to give boosted EXP, so put all your One Piece characters, all the new farmables, everything into your team, get their skill levels up from this stage and from the other stages that are going to be on down below. The daily stage, same as usual, clear the daily stages, you're going to get yourself a log pose, which is a free summon, not too bad. We have the first farmable of the event. We have Nefertari Vivi. Can I tell you how fucking gassed I was when I found out she was going to be free? Because you might not remember this, but in RA Collection, Nefertari Vivi was their equivalent of a legend, a limited character. She was a jump awakenable unit, and I was worried they might do the same here and make her a limited. And if not, maybe she'd be in like a boost gacha or something like that. I was a little bit concerned, but lucky me, she is free because they had much bigger fish to fry when it came to the limited gacha. So, hey, give myself a free Vivi. Now, one thing I have to clear up here, because it's kind of confusing. The boss for this stage and the boss for the few of these stages are the characters from the standard gacha. So the boss for this stage is Crocodile. It is a green stage, you're going to need red characters to beat it. But you are farming copies of Vivi, who is blue. And that's the case for a few of these stages, so just bear that in mind, because it's going to... like, explaining everything gets really confusing, because some of the characters are an event, but they're also a standard gacha that count as a different event. Like, for example, I think Katakuri is his own event, but he also counts as this event because he is a standard gacha, so very odd. But yeah, Vivi, very, very happy she's free. She's probably not going to be great because she's the Transcendent, but very happy she's free. We have the episode of Skypiea event where we get ourselves the Light of Shandora. I assume they just like looked at Skypiea and were like, I can't think of any characters worth making into a farmable except like having the Enel Gacha unit, so let's just give him the Legend Summon. Which, to be fair, as far as the Legend Summon goes, it's a pretty iconic moment, so I'm not gonna debate it, I'm not gonna complain. And hopefully it's good. We've been getting a lot of Legend Summons recently, and some of them have some niche uses. But you never know, you never know. The episode of Enies Lobby. This one interested me the most because we had theorized a Soga King being added to the game at some point, and I always thought they would make Soga King the first character that's like an evolution of an old character into a new character. So we had the freestyle Usopp, and he would evolve into Soga King. That doesn't really make any sense though, because the Usopp we've got is post time skip, even though it's like design doesn't really look the old sprite designs are not that great. So they haven't done that, but there is a 3-star Usopp in this event, a 3-star Soga King, and he can be evolved into this 6-star Soga King. He doesn't transform or anything, it's just a normal unit. However, Enies Lobby, as far as like more content, there was a lot more content for them to touch on, and they just haven't. So I'm really intrigued how that's going to work out. Because obviously we're going to get our Soga King, that's great. But there's a load of really good characters in NES Lobby. And we speculated before, that could have been a whole event by itself. So the fact that it's only got like one stage and one gacha unit out of this whole event. Will they touch on it again? How will they touch on it? Which characters will be included? It's it's all very interesting. It's all very interesting. But Soga King, another pretty cool addition. He's an Evolver stage, so chances are his frontline abilities are not going to be that great, but his support abilities have high potential. Historically, the Evolver stages, these characters have quite good supports for certain stages, so fingers crossed, lads. Fingers crossed. We have the episode of Whole Cake Island, another one of those weird ones. Like I said, the boss is Katakuri. He is red. You're actually farming Reiju, who is yellow. But you're obviously going to need to build a blue team to beat Katakuri, and the blue boss is Lucci, so Lucci would counter Katakuri. So I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool we're getting Reiju. It's weird getting stuff from newer in the story in One Piece, because we've got stuff from like way back in the 90s. Actually, have we got any of the stuff from the 90s? I don't think we do. Do we? I'm really trying to think, because we haven't got that much early One Piece stuff. I'm trying to think what the earliest thing we've got is. It doesn't matter. Point is, we've got Reiju. Very happy to have her as a free unit. It's an ultimate class, not a catastrophe, which means she doesn't have a costume stage. It's probably going to be a bit harder, but not super hard. And she's actually one of 3 ultimate or higher stages in this event. So I think they've been listening to us, because a lot of us have been complaining that they would just, for the last part of the event, all there would be to do is the Unity battle, which doesn't take stamina. So you just have nothing to spend stamina on, and it's just, there was nothing to farm, really. And it kind of felt a bit rubbish. So they've got 3 ultimate class or higher stages during this event. And I mean, that's got to last you like 2 weeks, but it's still, I think that's better than last event at least. We have the Luffy Taro stage, Wano Kuni Sumo. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect this. This is a very recent addition from the One Piece story. And as far as the Luffy went, I thought if we were getting a new Luffy in this event, it would be Gear 2 from versus Lucci in Enio's lobby. But no, it's a Luffy Taro, which is weird. It's kind of weird, but hey, I mean, I think they're just kind of saying, like, fuck it at this point, because, you know, they released a new Luffy on the Taiwan version that's like 3D2Y. They released a new Luffy here. They had the Luffy Goku for anniversary. Just fuck it. Just as many Luffys as they can get out. But this is cool because we now have a Catastrophe Luffy to go with our Catastrophe Zoro. And, you know, maybe we'll get more Straw Hats later. Still no Brook. We've got a version 2 Usopp. We've got like a version like 8 Luffy. I don't know what version Luffy this is. We've got version 2 Zoro. Like, still no Brook. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad, I'm not going to lie. Because, you know, Thriller Bark's got some cool shit in it. They could have made some cool characters out of that, I'm just saying. But yeah, Luffy has his aura costume, which you can see in the middle there. Looks kind of nice. And his stage is probably going to suck. It's probably going to be very difficult to get that costume, but, you know, some people just going to get, they're just going to pull the limited. It's not going to be that hard. This stage, just who the hell do you think I am? This is the Kaido stage. You're fighting Kaido. To clarify, in this stage you're fighting Luffy to farm Luffy. In this stage you're fighting Kaido to farm Kinemon. Kaido is, of course, the limited for this event, as we saw at the top when I was talking about the Retweet campaign. And, again, he's yellow. You're going to need a green team to beat him, but you are farming the red Kinemon, and Kinemon has his costume there. Again, very recent stuff from the One Piece story, like stuff from the last couple of years. Very, very recent stuff. And, you know, some people would argue we haven't really seen enough of certain characters to actually make a proper unit out of them. I mean, I guess they've made a unit out of Kaido in OPTC, a couple of units. Like, you can argue it, I suppose, because this Kaido, if you're wondering, doesn't transform into a dragon. It's the one where he gets his big stick out and he just whacks Luffy. That's his animation. He doesn't transform, he doesn't shoot a giant laser beam or whatever. So bear that in mind when you're summoning. Because if you're expecting the cool blue dragon Kaido, it's not coming. Maybe they'll do a V2 Kaido in the future. I don't know. I don't know. but Kinemon's kind of cool. He's free, so I never would have summoned for a Kinemon, but if he's free, fuck it, I'll go for the costume, see if he's any good. And here's Kaido. I didn't expect Kaido. Let me roll you. Did not expect Kaido. And that's pretty gas. That's pretty cool. Like I said, you know, I was thinking characters like Vivi and Gear 2 Luffy for Limited. They had bigger fish to fry. And we've got a limited Kaido who I don't know the ins and outs of their skills and stuff yet because they only showed briefly on stream, and I don't think it's... Is it in game yet? I don't think it's in game yet. Because he actually comes out a little bit later. I think he comes out on the 20th, and I've just shown you there. The other limited is KOZUKI Oden, and this, when I was talking about recent in the story, like his page in the files and his like animations and stuff, we're talking about very recent stuff. Like I can't exactly figure out in my head how recent it was, but it was very recent. Like within the last year, I'm just certain. So KOZUKI Oden, yeah, it must have been even more recent than that. It was this year, I'm sure it was this year, but One Piece had a few breaks, maybe it was last year, I don't know. But very recent, KOZUKI Oden, he is green, Kaido is yellow, and KOZUKI Oden is the One Piece Day limited. Kaido is just for the feature festival, KOZUKI Oden is for One Piece Day. What does that mean? Nothing really, it just means he's coming out One Piece Day. But he's probably going to be very good. He's probably going to be very good. You know, as far as characters go, sometimes it's easy to give him a little bit of shit because it's like, oh, another Luffy or another Goku, or it's like a moment in the series or a character that's not as, you know, it's like Might Guy, but it's not like his final battle form or whatever. It's just normal Might Guy as a limited. People got pissed off about that. And like it's easy to give him shit. KOZUKI Oden is undoubtedly limited tier. Undoubtedly worth a legendary hero unit. And it's kind of weird because when we were watching the stream, they made it pretty clear that it was like a Dark Heroes themed event. Like, they didn't say explicitly Dark Heroes only, but the limited is Kaido, who is considered Dark Hero. If you're wondering what that means, it just means villain. That's all it means. So we got Kaido, and we had the limiteds. We had the standard Gacha units, which were all villains as well. But they've released Oden, who I did not see coming, because I was thinking, oh, Blackbeard, it must be Blackbeard, it's gotta be Blackbeard, and then Oden pops up on the screen, I'm like, what? Are you crazy? So, pretty cool. Personally, I'm probably not gonna summon for him. I don't see myself summoning for him. We don't know what's coming next, so I need to know what's coming next before I think about summoning on anything. And there's some good sales, so maybe I'll pick up the sales, but I don't know. It's weird. It's weird having a character this recent added to the game. I know that none of the other One Piece games or anything have him because he's manga only. He's not in the anime yet. So, exciting times. Exciting times. As usual with the limited gacha, you need to do 9 multis to get the character guaranteed. You can get lucky and pull them earlier, but be very careful jumping into a gacha without enough. If you don't have enough rubies for that 9th multi and you get to like 4th or 5th, that shit resets when the banner goes away. So when it comes back again, it'll be back down to the first step and you have to start again. So something to bear in mind. And here's the Dark Heroes gacha. Like I mentioned, we have Katakuri, Enel, Crocodile, and Lucci. All the sprites look really good. Really good. Out of these, which one do I care about most? I actually don't know, because realistically, after seeing Lucci's animations, he's kind of dead. He's kind of dead. He transforms into his big leopard version, but on these like chibi sprites, his nose just looked way bigger than I expected it to be. It kind of threw me for a loop. And then his animations weren't particularly flashy, but I thought Crocodile's animations looked okay. I think his design is pretty good. I think the strongest of these two, Katakuri and Enel, I think they have the strongest sprites. I think they have the strongest animations. I haven't looked into their abilities yet, but Katakuri in particular, I do know, because it was an announcement in-game, that he has a special new ability, which we have called Burn Weakening, but it's burn resistance down. But I didn't want to call it burn resistance down because we already have burn damage reduction, and burn resistance down and burn damage reduction don't necessarily affect one another, sort of. How can I put it? Like, you are not reducing their damage reduction when you put this debuff on a character. You are just making them more susceptible to burn damage. The way it's worded is really clunky. I don't like it. But this makes enemies more vulnerable to burn damage. So you use this ability, and then if you hit them with a burn from like a Tanjiro or whatever, it's going to increase the caliber of that burn damage. So it is very similar to weakening, which is why we've called it burn weakening. But it's specific to burn weakening, not just normal weakening. And you're probably wondering, well, what's the upside to that? Well, I don't know what the percentages are, but I'm assuming it's a little bit better than normal weakening. And I'm also assuming that if somebody has a character that removes a weakening debuff, or they use a legend summon that removes a weakening debuff, it won't remove this. So there's ups, there's downs, but the idea is you use a character like Katakuri to make the enemy more susceptible to burn, and then you just whack them with one of these heavy burn units, Tanjiro or Ace, or I'm trying to think of some other ones, but I can't. You just whack them hard with the burn units, and then you win. And then you win. I don't know what it's going to be like in practice, but I have a feeling Tower's going to be very interesting with the burn units. Personally, I'm not going to pull specifically for Katakuri, but there is one of the packs I'm going to buy. And if I happen to pull Katakuri from it, I'll be interested to test him with Tanjiro. I will, because my Tanjiro is obviously maxed out, so it would be very interesting. Very interesting. We also have all of the One Piece Limiteds returning. Actually, no, that's not true. We don't have all the One Piece Limiteds returning. We have most of the One Piece Limiteds returning. Couple of exclusions, or just one exclusion? I'm trying to think. It might just be one. I'm really thinking it. Gear 4 Luffy is definitely not there. But I think everyone else is there. I could be wrong. Regardless, Whitebeard, Ace, Boa Hancock, and Monkey D. Luffy all return on this banner. Gear 2nd Monkey D. Luffy, I should say. And on the 7th multi, guaranteed one of these units. If you don't have any of these units and you don't care which one you pull, pretty good. Pretty good. Go 7 multis, get yourself limited whatever. Same again with this banner, except I would say this banner is even better because you have Mihawk, who's a much more recent unit, a very good unit. And you have Sabo Shanks and Gear 4th Luffy. Good units. These are good units, and again, 7th multi. If you've got enough, maybe go for it. Then we have the Defeat Gacha. If you're wondering about these, my general opinion is the Defeat Katakuri banner is good. The Defeat Luffy Tarot banner is great. And the Defeat Kaido banner is just okay, I think. It's a bit strange that they're featuring Nejire Hado to beat Kaido, because she's the wrong type. So I assume it's for her support. But, you know, you're featuring Akita Sogo, who's a good unit, but he's an older unit. But the one upside is it's one of these ones where they're featuring new units from this event. So Lucci's on this banner, Enel's on this banner, Crocodile's on this banner. For me, this banner is by far the strongest. If you're looking to, you know, if you don't care which of the events you want to get an advantage on, and you're just looking for getting good units, this is the banner for me. Piccolo is great. Enel is new. I don't know what he does yet, but he's a 2020 unit, so he's going to be good. Nier is great. But more importantly, the one older unit they featured is Aimi, and she's still one of the best standard gacha units in the game. So it's win-win-win-win. Very, very good banner. And again, this banner's pretty good as well, because you've got Gitsune, who is a very good standard gacha unit. But none of these units are bad. They're not going to feature bad units, because people won't pull if it's got bad units on it. They're all good units, but I think this banner just stands out as the best. We have the Straw Hats and Allies gacha. Unless you're a new player, I probably wouldn't summon on this. Or unless you're missing like a load of One Piece characters. Because if you are, then fair enough, because it's 1,000 rubies for free 5 stars. You're guaranteed free One Piece 5 stars. But none of the new ones, and for some reason, no Trafalgar Law, which I don't get that, but okay. But still, some pretty good units if you don't have them. So, hey, I mean, it's only 1,000 rubies. It's really not that bad. I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. For me, it's not worth it. I have all of them. It's just not worth it. I'm not gonna spend 1,000 rubies on it. But definitely, if you're a new player and you love One Piece and you like, just go for it. 1,000 rubies, so worth it. Now this ticket has been a cause of a lot of commotion because it seemed out of this world good. It turns out it's just good. It's just good. It's 1,960 yen. For 450 rubies and 3 of these tickets. And that's split across 3 days. So you'll get 150 rubies on 1 ticket each day for 3 days. You have to collect them from the gift box. It's not the normal gift box on the right, it's the special sale gift box on the left. Now, these tickets only guarantee you a 5-star on the first step. So you get 3 tickets, but only the first one is a guaranteed 5-star. You are guaranteed to get one of these 4 units, and then the other 2 tickets, you have a chance of getting one of those 4 units. I assume it will just be a 5% rate, so it's very low odds, but the first one is guaranteed 5-star. I do take issue with this. The way it's laid out and the way it's put there, it makes it look way better. It looks like you're getting 3 5-star units, you know? But that's not really the case. And also, it should have been on the 3rd step you get the guaranteed unit, not the 1st step, because it's like, oh yeah, I got the new unit, and then garbage. And I'm not really feeling that. But still pretty good. You're guaranteed a new unit, which normally costs you like 3,090 yen, I think. Or 3,060 yen. Is now costing you 1,960 yen. You are getting slightly less rubies, of course, but I still think it's worth it. Just my opinion, it won't be worth it for everybody, but it's definitely worth it for me. And they've got the same thing with some of the older One Piece units, which is not worth it for me, but again, might be worth it for you, I don't know. But I have all those units that are definitely not worth it for me. And then this is the ticket pack we normally get with a slight amendment. Instead of costing the 3,000 whatever it normally costs, it costs 4,900, which is a lot more. But, you are getting 3 jewels, which is very good. If you don't know, jewels are the units, the items you use to increase a character's max skill. So you get 1 jewel of each kind. You get the 5-star ticket, which guarantees you one of those 4 units. You get 4 of each large scroll, and you get 10 hero limit break doors. So it's quite good, but it's more expensive than normal. So it's going to depend on how you normally spend money on these games. For me, I'm probably not going to buy it because I'm going to buy the other one. If you're buying both, bear in mind there's a very high chance you could get a dupe on each. So just bear that in mind in your head before you purchase, because it's very easy to get wrapped up and then you pull 2 dupes and you're like, ah, oh, that was a waste. That was a waste of money. So I would say if you're already planning to buy this pack because it gives you slightly more rubies and it gives you the jewels, maybe don't buy the other one. And if you don't want to spend too much money, just buy the other one. That's what I'm thinking. Now the stuff below here is all stuff we don't have the full information on, because it's either stuff they've only showed us a bit of, or it's stuff we've got from the files. Like, we don't have all the dates necessarily. It's just other stuff. So there's a couple of these packs. I'm not sure if these are for KOZUKI Oden and Kaido, or if they're for the Side A and Side B gacha, or if they're for a couple of other limited banners that are down below. So no date for these yet, but it's a pretty standard pack. We get this all the time. You could buy it 3 times, 10,000 yen, 3,000 rubies, and 3 jewels. The One Piece day sales, initially I thought these would only run for 1 day, but I've realized the Goku day sales ran for like 3 or 4. So this might run for 3 or 4, I don't know. But it's just discounted normal packs. 750 at 1840, 1,500 for 3,680. Cool. They're not bad sales, but typically I don't buy these packs. And we have the One Piece Day sale pack number 3, which is the same as these ones up here. Now, this gacha is probably going to interest quite a few people because it has 5 of the best supports for tower, and some of these units have very good applications as front lines as well. So these are 5 incredible units, and you only have to do 3 multis to get one guaranteed. You're guaranteed a pickup unit on the 3rd multi, so you're guaranteed one of these 5. Very good. I don't typically pull on filler gacha like this. I'm especially not going to pull on this one because I'm 4 out of 5 on these units, so like I'm not going to invest just to get Juza, I'm sorry. But still a very nice gacha, and if you're interested, they've got a sale ticket, this is the traditional sale ticket we would get, the 3,060 yen for 750 rubies and a guaranteed 5-star ticket. It'd be one of those units, 5-star. Actually, it says 6-star. Maybe they come 6-star battle ready. I'm not sure. Does it say battle ready up there? It doesn't. I don't know. And we have Naruto Sasuke returning. So if you don't have Naruto Sasuke, if you don't have any double tap units like me, I only have the free Luffy Goku as a double tap. Double tap is an ability that lets you go twice. And if you have 100% HP, it lets you go twice. Which makes Naruto Luffy, it makes Dio, and it makes Goku Vegeta 3 of the best units in the game. I don't have any of them, but I'm still not going to pull on this gacha because I don't want to be baited. But Naruto and Sasuke, if you don't have them and if they're characters you like, 9th step guaranteed, they are one of the best units in the game. So, something to consider. We also have a Bleach Limit gacha. I haven't put any information on this because, like, I have no idea what it's for. I have no idea why it's there. They're featuring the 2 Ichigo Limiteds that weren't featured on the Ichigo Day banner, or the Ichigo's birthday banner. But I don't know what this is. I don't know what it's for. Could it be a sign that Bleach is going to be the next feature or whatever? I don't know. I don't think it means anything. I think it's just they put the gacha out there because people complained that they only featured Vasta Lord on the Ichigo's birthday banner. That's what I assume. But that's just a theory. And the discussion from the stream, people might have been surprised to see we didn't get Rayleigh, we didn't get Supernova Luffy, we didn't get the worst generation Legend Summon. Well, they might come in the future, but look, I said this before, their animations and stuff were kind of lackluster, and the sprites look fine. But I mean, say for example, Luffy's special, like he absolutely should have been the punch from the like auction house in Shabondi, and instead it was just him using what's it called, Gum Gum Balloon or whatever. Like it was just not that great. It wasn't a particularly iconic moment, so that's what it should have been, and it wasn't. So I'm thinking Taiwan version, they can have their Luffy, and when it comes around to us, maybe we get a slightly different one. I don't know. They did talk at length about these 2 topics at the start of the stream. Haikyuu has obviously come to an end as of this week's Jump, I believe. The chapter's not out yet, so it'd be next week's Jump. Yeah, it'd be next week's Jump. And they were talking about sports series. They were talking about feature festivals and stuff. They were talking about influential manga artists. They were talking about Obata Sensei and Kurumada Sensei, which of course some people were saying, oh, he's mentioning Saint Seiya, like, because Saint Seiya is going to be the next series, because he was talking about Saint Seiya, Ringni Kakino, but we don't actually know what's happening with that Saint Seiya thing. They put up a live stream a while ago, nobody knows why, it got taken down, but it said that a Saint Seiya feature festival was planned for August, mid to late August, and there was going to be a live stream for it, and it specifically said Saint Seiya Feature Festival, which is something we've been expecting for some time, because it's on the Taiwan version. But more questions have been raised here because, well, if we're not getting the Rayleigh, and we're not getting the Luffy, and we're not getting the worst generation Legend Summon, maybe because they're all kind of not up to scratch for the Japanese version, what is the Saint Seiya event going to look like when it comes to Japan? Are we going to get the same characters? Are they going to have the same animations? Are they going to have the same skill sets? Like, a lot of questions to be had there, but I will say that I'm kind of excited for the Saint Seiya event just because I want Shun, and Shun is free. So if Shun stays free, I'm happy. And I'm not too bothered about the other characters, but I know some other people will be, of course. And the big question here is, what is happening between the end of this event and the start of the supposed Saint Seiya event? Lots of speculation. My personal opinion is, because we know the score challenge, it says end of July. My personal opinion is we're going to get a summer event, and the score challenge will somehow be integrated into a summer festival. So we'll have normal summer events, like, you know, we had the Summer Hisoka and Summer Otobe last year. Maybe this year we'll have something similar, like summer versions of characters, and summer versions of characters as a gacha. But then also we'll have some kind of score challenge. Like, I can think of a lot of instances in anime and manga in the past where there's been stuff in the summer. It's like, you know, the watermelon smashing thing, the contest, and they have like summer games and sports festivals and all this stuff. Like, I can think of a few different ways you could make a score challenge into a summer thing. So maybe, I don't know, we don't know enough about this game mode yet, really. So we just know it's like getting points and earning rewards. But what are the rewards, and what do we get for doing this certain thing over that certain thing? Like, is it just going to be different dupes of the same character? Is it going to be different characters? Is it going to be certain items? We just don't know. So, hey guys, when we know more about that, I'll let you know. And this is the last thing. New effects from friendship combos, which they said are going to be coming from the end of July. They're basically making friendship combos less about stat buffs, because I think they realised that was unbalanced. Because I think they had to nerf at least one legend summon for it. And I just think there's an issue of, if we carry on down this path, certain characters are going to become grossly overpowered in certain ways, or certain legend summons are going to become overpowered. So the friendship combos are going to add new different things. Like, I was reading it, it was a little bit confusing. It seemed to suggest that, like, you might get a friendship combo so that now your characters inflict poison on special or something, but maybe only for certain types, or maybe only for certain, I don't know. Oh, or maybe it increases ultimate attack damage or something like that. It's just going to have boosts and additional abilities and stuff rather than stat buffs, which is good. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I'm gonna, if there's any more information, I'll let you guys know. And yeah, I'm interested to see Haikyuu potentially coming into this year, start of next year, as a feature festival. We've been waiting for it for a long time, and there's just, I don't know, it's a weird period, because the One Piece event is huge, but we know there's a gap, and then we know there's probably going to be the Saint Seiya event. I so want it to be a summer event, but it could be anything. I don't know. That's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.